In my opinion, only a loser can buy the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys have been so good so long and the expectation level has been so high and will continue to be so high. But if the Dallas Cowboys become just a good team or above average team, the man who owns that team is going to be called a loser.
Donald Trump in football is reminiscent of Donald Trump in business. After all, he said this of the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, they are the most valuable franchise in sports per Forbes and Bloomberg.
Well, folks, we're winning. We're winning. We're winning.
Trump's ownership of the New Jersey Generals.
When he bought into this league.
Check us out. The USFL.
He gets the Generals. We need to move to fall. We have to move to fall. We need to take on the NFL.
He tried leveraging his position.
Donald was hell-bent to get into the NFL, either via an accommodation or a merger.
For this reason, and this reason only. Thus, he met with then NFL Commissioner Pete Rozelle.
In this meeting, he says to Rozelle, I don't care about the USFL. You tell me what I have to do to get an NFL franchise. Pete Rozelle says to him, as long as I am with the NFL, you will never have a team in this league.
It didn't go well, and Trump does what he always does.
The USFL suing the NFL for a total of $1.32 billion.
His case went to trial. He embarrassed himself on the stand, and that $1.32 billion demand was not reached, though the jury did award him and his team $1. The league would be killed in 1986, largely because of the man, the myth, the legend, Donald John Trump. Trump also tried buying the Colts, but failed in that bid as well. A loser through and through. And yet he tried to buy another team.
We celebrate the Super Bowl, New England Patriots.
It's true. The New England Patriots, Donald Trump's obsession, was once potentially owned by the man. According to the Boston Globe, the former president had real interest after Billy Sullivan, who founded the Patriots in 1960, with the now defunct American Football League, or AFL, was facing bankruptcy. Long and short, he was trying to sell the team, and thus he needed a buyer. According to the Globe, Trump had real interest, but refused because his team told him between the team and the stadium, there was $104 million in debt, and that was too much for him to handle. It was another awful business decision. According to the Post, the team sold for $85 million, then $110 million until Robert Kraft bought the team for $172 million in 1994. They are now worth, according to Forbes, $7.4 billion. Then 2014 happened. Longtime Buffalo Bills owner Ralph Wilson, the man who founded the team in 1959, a Pro Football Hall of Famer, passed away at 95 years of age. He was the last surviving member of the original AFL owners. So the team was up for sale, and Trump once again was interested, but so was this guy.
Rogers Communications up there in Toronto, they have a relationship with the Bills from playing games there. They own Sky Dome. The league wants to keep this a regional franchise. I can tell you one interesting name in that fray, though. John Bon Jovi has significant interest about trying to purchase that team and run that team one day. I'm told he added legs to his tour to spend more time in Buffalo. Wow. He's been around hobnobbing, meeting various power brokers in that area.
You heard that correctly. John Bon Jovi was spearheading a group to purchase the Buffalo Bills. However, the key caveat was this: fans don't want the team to move. There was speculation the singer would do it anyway. The smear campaign was on.
Sandy Beach and Company. Michael Caputo in for Sandy today, who's off on a well-deserved vacation.
His testimony before the House Intelligence Committee happened behind closed doors, but Michael Caputo, now a fill-in radio talk show host in Buffalo, New York,
on News Radio 930 WBEN,
wanted it live, broadcast, and in full view. So instead, he says he's telling CNN exactly what he planned to tell the committee about Russia and the Trump campaign he was involved with.
This man, Michael Caputo, a conservative political operative, would be playing a huge role behind the scenes. One of his jobs was working for Russian company Gazprom. He is now an advisor to the 2024 Trump campaign. According to Rolling Stone's Noah Shatman, a group of Buffalonians went around town to bars, restaurants, and more, demanding they refuse to play Bon Jovi songs. Radio stations would participate in the protest. Bon Jovi free zones popped up all around the city. Posters and signs depicting the artist as a villain were everywhere. From Shatman, Trump had to distance himself from the whole thing because NFL rules said he couldn't be part of any PR efforts surrounding the sale, but he seemed to keep tabs on the campaign. Ultimately, as we know, the Pagulas, who own the Sabres, bought the Buffalo Bills. The same Pagula who allegedly said this. Former NFL Media Group employee Jim Trotter's lawsuit states that Pagula, owner of the Bills, stated in reference to player protests against racial injustice that, quote, if the black players don't like it here, they should go back to Africa and see how bad it is, close quote. Bon Jovi, meanwhile, was heartbroken, saying of Trump, it's genius what he did, because he was taking out a serious candidate to buy the team and then hoped that he would get it at a bargain price. But we were as real got, and you know, I'm brokenhearted because I would have loved it.
And I remember this as a user of Twitter.com in 2014.
Yeah.
We are left with a man who is constantly posting about this story, about the Bills, and why he didn't actually, he didn't want them anyway.
I'm not going to try to do a Trump impression, but I'll read a couple. I'm not going to be watching much NFL football anymore. Too boring, too many flags, too soft. Then another one, boring games. The NFL games are so boring now that actually I'm glad I didn't get the Bills. Boring games. Glad I didn't get the Bills. Better lucky than good.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, the NFL would become the most popular television show in modern American history.
As Chapman wrote, had Trump's play for the Bills actually worked out, he might never have been in this position. In fact, he might not have run for president in the first place. One ex-Trump associate agrees. If he was doing that, owning and operating the team, and running that kind of business, that would have been relatively new for him. I think it would have been hard for him to then put all his energy into running for president.
Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/TYTsports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.